Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hudson Middle School Stadium Field tonight for a game with the Hudson Raiders versus the Rice Lake Warriors. The Raiders on the year right now are 6-1-1 in the Big Rivers Conference and 11-2-1 overall. 2 losses for the Hudson Raiders. One came early in the year against DC Everest in the spring tournament. That particular game, Hudson was ahead 2-0 going into the 70th minute, but defender went down for the Raiders with leg cramps, and DC Everest scored 3, beat them 3-2. The other loss was in conference to Eau Claire Memorial, and Hudson's got Eau Claire Memorial coming up on the 21st of May, and that'll be a real battle. Here we are with the Rice Lake Warriors in blue. The Raiders are coming out in their home whites, ready to start the game. Bright sunny day tonight. Center referee is set and ready to go. Center ref today is Greg Bauger from Eau Claire area, I believe is where he's from. The Hudson Raiders are taking the kick, going west into a bright sun. That would mean that Rice Lake won the toss and they wanted to head to the east with their kicks, which puts our goalkeeper Karen Chuckle into the bright sunshine in her eyes. Kickoff is there, comes back to right back Kennedy Biltz, who sends it upfield. It goes off the Rice Lake Warriors out of bounds. Kennedy Biltz will come up and take the throw in there, and does. Biltz gets the ball to Jordan Helterbrand, who touches it over to mid-center Maggie Kaler. Back tap there. Taken over by Rice Lake, sent to the outside, but Sarah Helene, number 18, the senior left defender, gets control of the ball, sends it up to Taylor Klatt at the left mid, sends it forward to young sophomore Maddie Haynes. Haynes is having a great year for the Hudson Raiders. I believe she's got 16 goals on the year already. Maddie Haynes' older sister Alexa led the team last year with a school record 23 goals on the year. That's being challenged already by Maggie Kaler, who's also doing very well with about 18 goals herself. So Kate Sanaki sends the ball up to the top to Jordan Helterbrand, touched there also by Brooke Gottschalk. Goalkeeper is Hannah Aragoni for the Rice Lake Warriors, gathers that ball and punts it upfield. Center back captain Megan Manette, senior Megan Manette, gets the ball over to Sarah Helene, who sends it up to Maddie Haynes. Haynes gets a touch, tries to gain control. Foul is called there. And he's giving that to the Rice Lake Warriors. I can only surmise that that was a high kick or considered a dangerous play by the center ref there, and gives the free kick on the penalty or the foul on the Raiders there. So ball goes over to Rice Lake Warriors. It's going to be a free kick. There's Coach Knutson over on the sidelines there, along with the bench of the Hudson Raiders. Free kick is taken, knocked around there. Maddie Haynes and Maggie Kaler are up fighting for that ball for the Hudson Raiders. Haynes gets a good bump on the Rice Lake Warrior, brings the ball into the box area and gets a right-footed shot off there. Goes just to the left of goal. Hannah Aragoni let that one go out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. And one of their backs, number 16, Cecily Lindner, a junior defender, is going to take the goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. And a good free kick, but the Raiders gain possession there, and it's Brooke Gottschalk, the center midfielder, senior center midfielder, tries to send the ball out to Kate Johnson, number 20, another senior captain. Johnson gets a good back tap, sends the ball back to the midfield area, actually to the defender, Kennedy Biltz, who comes up strong. Sanaki touches it up. Rice Lake sends it out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Kennedy Biltz getting ready to take this throw-in. You see Kate Johnson, Brooke Gottschalk, and Jordan Helterbrand receiving for the Raiders. Goes to Kate Sanaki, who's got a little bit of open space there. Gets a left foot off. It goes right to Hannah Aragoni in the center of the goal there. Good shot by Sanaki, but a save by Hannah Aragoni of the Rice Lake Warriors. Punts the ball, goes out to Gottschalk. Gottschalk trying to maintain control. Ball's taken by number 20, Sarah Weber, a young freshman forward for the Rice Lake Warriors. Taylor Klatz over on the left mid fighting for the ball. Gets it up to, or back to Sarah Helene, who sends it forward to Maddie Haynes, in her direction anyway. Ball's going back and forth. Possession a little hard to come by right now. Helene gets the ball back. Touched by Sanaki. Rice Lake gets the ball, sends it upfield. Megan Manette tries to step in and does. Dispossesses the ball, gets it to Brooke Gottschalk, who sends it out to the right there. There's Maggie Kaler and Jordan Helterbrand on the run there. Can't get the control of the ball, though. Ball goes out of bounds and signaled for the Raiders' way there. Knocked out by Rice Lake. And Kennedy Biltz, the defender. Coach Knutson always wants the defenders taking the throw-in to get maximum number of players into the offensive play. Biltz throws the ball into the box area there. Jordan Helterbrand with the left foot touches it into Gottschalk. Gottschalk's got some space. Can't quite get a shot off there. Here's Sanaki with a free ball. Trying to manufacture space. Great cut from one to another. Oh, sends the ball just to the left side of the post. That was a great play by Kate Sanaki. Great footwork to dig it in deep inside the box there. And went one-on-one with the goalkeeper there on the short side of the post there and just put it a foot to the left there. You know, that's one of those balls at 12 inches. It would have been an ESPN highlight for her. Rice Lake takes the free kick out of their goal box area there, goes over Haynes to Taylor Klatt. Taylor Klatt gains control. Rice Lake dispossesses, sends it upfield. Megan Manette, center back, sends it over to Kennedy Biltz on the right D, who sends a long ball up on top. Maggie Kaler gains control of that ball. Kaler cuts it back. It's a good footwork there. She tries to send a through ball to Jordan Helterbrand. Gets intercepted by Rice Lake, who heads the ball up twice in a row. Rice Lake still maintains possession. Kate Johnson working hard there to win that ball, but Rice Lake does a nice job keeping the ball inbounds there. Kate Sanaki sends the ball up forward. Rice Lake bodies the ball down. Sanaki gets it in. Great through ball to Maggie Kaler. Maggie Kaler on the top of the box there. Sends it back across to Jordan Helterbrand. Helterbrand can't get that touch close enough. And it goes out to Haynes, who had a shot there, but it's blocked by Rice Lake. Hudson maintains possession. Taylor Klatt on the left mid there sends a nice long ball into the box area. It's headed by Helterbrand there, and it goes just to the right of goal. Good effort there by Helterbrand on the header from the volley in from Taylor Klatt. Hudson's working pretty well together. A little better possession and control will help them here, but they're playing aggressively and doing very well. Here's Rice Lake with the free kick again, and it goes to Maggie Kaler. Back to Rice Lake, who sends it upfield. Number 20 there again is Sarah Weber, the freshman forward for Rice Lake. Big, tall kid. Rice Lake maintains possession, gets it back to their defenders, tries to send it up. That looked like a handball that wasn't called. Gottschalk doing a great job, overtook the ball, and then Kate Johnson got it, gets it to Sanaki. Sanaki sends a through ball to Jordan Helterbrand. Jordan Helterbrand on the right wing there, tries to cross the ball in and does. It's on the backside, and it's a header by Maggie Kaler. What a goal by Maggie Kaler. A long cross by Jordan Helterbrand. It was an awesome play there. Helterbrand on the right side crosses it in. Maggie Kaler gets ahead, and Coach Knutson works hard at practice on directional headers like that. And Maggie Kaler snapped that one into the back of the net for the first goal of the game there. Great goal by Kaler. And Hudson leads 1-0 over the Rice Lake Warriors, who take the kickoff here. They start to head upfield. Kate Johnson working hard to dispossess and does. Gets the ball out to, or tries to get it to Gottschalk there. And unfortunately sends it out of bounds. Rice Lake taking the throw in here. That's number 9. That's Jennifer Terrell, a senior midfielder for the Rice Lake. Kate Sanaki's going to gain control of this ball and does. Sends a beautiful ball to Maddie Haynes up the left wing there. Haynes is on a breakaway going 1v1. Oh, the goalie come out. Hannah Aragoni did a great job of coming out. Went parallel to the ground there and flattened out and was able to stop that ball. Had Maddie Haynes just been able to chip that over her, that could have been another goal for Haynes. So number 9 there, Jennifer Terrell for Rice Lake, gets the ball cross field, but it's intercepted. Kate Sanaki with another good penetrating ball there to Haynes. Haynes with a great ball to Kaler. Kaler's on a breakaway now. Let's see what Maggie can do. There's an offside call there. Center ref raises it. Coach Knutson's beside himself. The play didn't look offsides. I'm guessing what happened is the player was in an offside position, didn't reestablish themselves, and therefore when they received the ball were called offside. So you see Coach Knudsen over there pointing to the side AR, the assistant referee on the side who called that one, and thinking he missed that. Sanaki gets tripped up there. It's going to be a free kick for the Hudson Raiders just beyond midfield there. Kennedy Biltz, the right defender, is going to come over. You see Sarah Helene there on the left with the ankle braces, taking it easy on those ankles. Kennedy Biltz is going to take this free kick for the Raiders. And does. Beautiful ball by Biltz. Comes up to Maggie Kaler. Maggie Kaler gets that ball out to Taylor Klatt, who overlaps from the outside there. Klatt, see if she can get a run. Just touched it a little too long. Goes out the end line there. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors.
Let's go, Blue!
This looks like number 14, Emma Nielsen, for the Rice Lake Warriors, going to take that kick, and does. Maggie gets a foot on it, knocks it back, but it goes to the Rice Lake Warriors. They send it upfield there, but Sarah Helene's in that position. Sarah gets it over to Taylor Klatt on the left side there. Ball's getting knocked around a bit, comes back to Rice Lake. Trying to maintain possession here. Klatt regains, sends it back to Helene. It goes back to Taylor Klatt again. Let's see if Hudson can maintain their composure here. They lost the ball there to Rice Lake. Rice Lake gets it up the right flank. Rice Lake with their first ball into the box here gets knocked out by Megan Monette, centered back for Hudson. Hudson gets the ball up to Maggie Kaler on the left wing now. Kaler sends that ball, trying to get it up to Haynes, who's overlapping toward the middle there, but Haynes goes back outside to collect this one. Haynes has got great speed, touches the ball out, see if she can get across here. She's going to cut it back. Haynes has got to see if she can find some help on this one. The defender for Rice Lake is really muscling up on her in the back there. The ball goes out of bounds off of Rice Lake, though, and that's going to be a Hudson Raider throw-in. That's good work by Haynes, though. You can see the size differential by about 3.5 feet there. That's number 16, Cecily Lindner, actually, that's going against Haynes on that one. And she may be taller than Haynes, but she is nowhere near as tough as Haynes is. So Gottschalk gets the ball from the throw-in back to Klatt. Klatt sends the ball into Maggie Kaler, who taps it back, and they called, I'm sure it was offsides again is what the call is. When the ball stops dead in the middle of a play like that, one of the Hudson Raiders was beyond their last defender, and that's how the offsides gets called. So Rice Lake will take the free kick from the spot of the foul there, and they send it up 2 heads off the ball, and Gottschalk gets the ball to Maddie Haynes. Haynes gets it up to Kaler. Kaler's in the middle with the ball and bounces away from Hudson, goes to Rice Lake. Rice Lake trying to maintain control and can't. Kate Johnson taps the ball back to Kennedy Biltz. Biltz gets the ball back up to Brooke Gottschalk. Gottschalk to the outside to Johnson. Good combination play by the Raiders there until the ball got touched a little too far and it went to the Rice Lake Warriors. Rice Lake comes up the left flank. They're trying to send it to the middle, but Sanaki's too fast and intercepts. Sends a beautiful long ball up to the top there. Jordan Hiltebrand overran that a little, and they're calling Jordan Hiltebrand for the offsides. A little bit of a pattern here. Rice Lake may not have a lot of talent, but they are a smart team, and what they're doing is they're stepping the Hudson Raiders off sides. So if the Hudson forwards have a little bit of lax of concentration or get a little bit lazy on there and getting back to reestablish on sides, they're going to get that call against them all the time. Sarah Helene comes up from the left back position to send a ball up to the forwards there. Texas gets it to Kaler. Kaler gets it to Maddie Haynes, and they're I believe they're going to call offsides again. So that goal is not a goal. And the Hudson Raiders still lead just 1-0. Offsides on that call, pulls it back out to a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors there. Boy, I just didn't see that offsides either, and it must be the reestablishing of the onside rule that's catching the Hudson Raiders here. So Raiders have the ball. Kaler on the left flank again, powers the ball in. Went out of the view of the camera there, but went up and away or off to the left side of the goal there. That's going to be another goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors, and Hudson resets on defense there. Substitutions come in for Rice Lake. Cecily Lindner, the center back there at the 12:30 mark of the first half, sets the ball down on the goal box line to take the free kick and does. Comes into the center to Maggie Kaler. Kaler does a nice job of trapping that ball, maintains possession, sends a nice ball to the outside flank on the right wing to Kate Johnson, who's going to try to cross that ball in. Johnson can't maintain control of that ball, and it goes out of bounds harmlessly for another Warrior free kick. Raiders lead 1-0 early in this 90-minute game, 12 and a half minutes in or so, and Hudson's up 1-0. Free kick by the Warriors comes to the center midfield there. They pop it out to the middle there, but Kate Sanaki's there for the touch. Goes back to the Warriors. Warriors maintain possession here. Gottschalk does a nice job of cutting in front of the Rice Lake Warrior player to win that ball. Sends it back to the defense to reset. Helene goes to Klatt. Klatt goes back to Helene, who sends it up to the left flank to Maddie Haynes. Haynes got a good touch there. Klatt's got the ball now, but knocks it out of bounds. Unlucky touch by Taylor Klatt there. It's going to be the Rice Lake throw-in. Rice Lake takes the ball. Number 14 there is Emma Nielsen, the senior midfielder for Rice Lake. Gets that ball, tries to go up the left side or right side there. Sends a long ball up, but there's no Rice Lake Warrior there, and goalkeeper Karen Chuckle of the Hudson Raiders gathers that ball. Does a very nice job of distribution to Kennedy Biltz on the right side there. Biltz with some good footwork, touches it up to Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson, the senior captain for the Raiders, gets it toward the midfield there, tries to get a ball to Maggie Kaler and does. Good ball, don't maintain possession though. Kaler didn't see the Warrior defender coming in on her, who dispossessed the ball and took it herself. So Raiders are hunting the ball down here with Sarah Helene on that left side. Sarah does a nice job of using the Rice Lake Warrior defender, knocks it off or out of bounds, and is able to take the throw-in. The Warriors head that ball out of bounds. Going to be another throw-in for the Raiders. They get another 30 yards here, and Helene will do it all over again. There's Helene with the throw, headed back by Rice Lake again. Out of bounds, and Helene gets yet another one. Helene gets the ball to Gottschalk, taps it up to Taylor Klatt. Ball goes out of bounds off the Rice Lake Warriors, and Hudson gets yet another throw. Helene's got her fourth throw-in a row here. Good throw-in by Helene up the flank to Maddie Haynes, the forward, who sends it back to Sanaki. Sanaki gets it in the area of Gottschalk, wins that ball. Helene and Gottschalk fighting over the same ball. Knutsen's not going to be happy about that one. They're eating each other's space up. Rice Lake gets their first shot of the game. It's not a particularly strong scoring opportunity, but Chuckle gathers that ball easily, sends it up, distributes it to Kate Johnson on the right midfield. Kate taps it up a long way, keeps it in bounds. Nice job by Kate Johnson. Kate gets the ball up to Jordan Heltebrand on the right wing, tries to get it across, and does on the second attempt. Maggie Kaler in the center now has the ball. Kaler cuts it over to Kate Sanaki. Kate Sanaki going one-on-one with the keeper, just touches it a little too long. And Hannah Aragoni, the senior goalkeeper and captain for the Rice Lake Warriors, gathers that ball and punts it away for the Rice Lake Warriors. Ball goes near midfield. Pretty good punt by Aragoni there. Helene tries to shield the defender there, the forward, Addison Bowman, a sophomore forward for Rice Lake. Hudson gets the ball. There's Haynes on that left wing again. Haynes has got great speed, gets the ball there, sends a left foot shot into the box area, but it's an easy ball for Hannah Aragoni, the goalkeeper for Rice Lake, to gather in. Hudson is definitely out shooting Rice Lake. Rice Lake has got one shot, and Hudson already has probably got 10. So good job by the Raiders on the offensive game here. Sarah Helene, left defender for Hudson, is going to take this throw in after the ball's knocked out by Rice Lake. Subs are coming in here. Sophomore Taylor Brinkman, number 15, replaces senior Sarah Helene. Jess Iverson, number 7, just entered the picture there. Jess Iverson's another young sophomore for the Raiders. Raiders have 8 sophomores, and they have 9 seniors on the team and 1 junior. So a couple of sophomores came in there. So Brinkman and Iverson.
Jess Iverson, and number 21, Katie Woodley.
And as you hear by the announcer, Katie Woodley, another sophomore for the Hudson Raiders, came in the game. Oh my gosh, Kate Sanaki just sent a left-footed ball into the head of the Rice Lake defender there, and the referee crosses his arms to signal a timeout. Going to check on the Rice Lake Warrior there. Took a pretty strong ball right to the noggin from Kate Sanaki. That wasn't a header, folks, by intention. Center referee sends the Rice Lake player off the field, and they substitute in for the, I won't say injured player, but she's at least a little dinged up there. So Brinkman takes the throw in, and that was very respectful there. The Hudson Raiders threw it to the Rice Lake defender because their player being injured. We wanted to give the ball to Rice Lake, and that's a sportsman-like gesture by Taylor Brinkman for the Rice Lake Warriors. Hudson has back on the ball, back on the attack there. Katie Woodley now playing forward up there on the right for the Hudson Raiders, number 21, you see there. Gottschalk doing a nice job in the middle again. Boy, she's had a great year this year battling for balls. Here's Maggie Kaler fighting for the ball on the top and gains possession of the ball. Going to uncork her right foot and does. That's a tough save by Hannah Aragoni of the Rice Lake Warriors. That's a good shot by Kaler. Kaler's getting much quicker on the release of the shots this year, and that shows in her goal production this year, which is spectacular. So Megan Monette, center back there, trying to defend the ball and does. Gets the ball back to Brinkman. Stuttering there, sorry about that. Taylor Brinkman sends the ball upfield. Rice Lake gains possession. They get a touch with the header there. Karen Chuckle calls for the ball. Brinkman shields off the right forward for Rice Lake. Okay, now that punt is not Chuckle's best effort. That'll improve. Rice Lake tries to get a shot off from the midfield. It goes off a Hudson Raider defender. That's going to be a Rice Lake throw-in in the attacking third for the Warriors. Iverson there is guarding Jennifer Terrell, number 12, the senior midfielder, captain for Rice Lake, who's going to take the throw-in for the Warriors and does. Throws it toward the box there. Rice Lake maintains possession. They cross it, try to cross it into the middle, but it gets touched up by Rice Lake going backwards here. Hudson trying to gain possession of the ball and does. Taylor Brinkman with a left foot sends it up to the left forward there, Maddie Haynes, who gets it to Kaler. Kaler tries to turn the ball, gets it over to Gottschalk in the middle. Gottschalk tries to send a long ball up, and the center back for Rice Lake knocks it back in. Gottschalk gets the ball again, tries to maintain possession of the ball. Rice Lake wins that battle. Rice Lake coming upfield here. We've got Kate Sanaki and Jess Iverson flanking the Rice Lake Warrior. Gottschalk does a nice job of pushing the Warrior off the ball. Iverson gets the ball out to the right flank to Gottschalk. Gottschalk tries to send the ball up, and another ball into the head of the Rice Lake Warriors. Boy, the Raiders got the heads of the Rice Lake Warriors in their sights today. Katie Woodley can't quite get to that loose ball before goalkeeper Hannah Aragoni gets the ball and punts that. Again, that punt goes to midfield. Aragoni doing a nice job. Most goalkeepers in the BRC can't get the ball quite that deep on their punts. Rice Lake with a little bit of a threat here. Megan Monette shielding the Warriors away and pointing to Chuckle to gather that ball in, and she does. There's a much better punt by Karen Chuckle. Gets her ball up toward midfield, which is great. Rice Lake maintains possession in the back right now. Woodley trying to battle for that ball, does win it, sends it up to Kaler. Kaler sends it up to Jess Iverson, an overlapping winger there for the Raiders, but a little too strong. Ball gets out of bounds ahead of Jess Iverson, and it's going to be a Rice Lake throw-in here. Rice Lake takes a throw-in, does maintain possession. They send it back to the thrower, who sends it upfield to the left, but just harmlessly out of bounds. Kennedy Biltz, the right defender for the Raiders, is going to take this throw-in. Biltz is a good addition. Kennedy Biltz there, number 14, a senior, has been playing club for years, decided to come back and play high school soccer this year. Raiders are happy that she did. She's doing a great job for them. She's got quite a few goals herself this year. For a defender, that's pretty good. Biltz ready to take another throw-in. Taking her time there. Ball is headed back by the Rice Lake Warriors. Kate Sanaki tries to get a possession there. Rice Lake gets it and sends the ball long, but to nobody on their team. And there's sophomore defender Taylor Brinkman with her left foot sending a long penetrating ball up to Maggie Kaler. Kaler's got the ball on the left side, chips that ball toward Maddie Haynes. Haynes is cutting into the middle, and left midfielder Taylor Klatt gains possession. Does a beautiful job of turning the ball there. Klatt, great bit of footwork there, keeping the ball away from the Warriors. Does it again, a little drag push there. There she tries to get a pullback on the ball and can't quite get it. Rice Lake touches it out, but the ball comes to Kate Sanaki. Sanaki chips the ball into Gottschalk. Gottschalk tries to get the ball in the middle and can't connect with the Raider. Megan Monette, the center back, is there. Oh, Chuckle misplays the ball right into number 17. That's Addison Bowman, the sophomore forward for Rice Lake. Could have been dangerous if that ball would have bounced back toward the goal. We could have been in trouble with Chuckle 10 yards outside the box there. Here comes Hudson on another attack, and Jess Iverson gets the ball to Katie Woodley. Katie Woodley coming in on goal, sends the ball off to Maggie Kaler. Kaler hits a good left foot right into Hannah Aragoni, the goalkeeper for Rice Lake. Again, makes a great stop. That was a very nice play. Katie Woodley did a nice job of dribbling through the defenders, and as she drew the fire there, sent the ball over to Maggie Kaler, who got off a good shot for the Raiders. Nothing wrong with that play at all. Just happened to be a good stop by the goalkeeper. Maggie Kaler on the left flank now, trying to beat Rice Lake, and does beat her like a drum on that play. Kaler gets the ball around, lifts it across to the middle. Hannah Aragoni, Aragoni gets the ball and knocks Maddie Haynes onto the ground there off the rebound. So, you know, Haynes is as tough as they come, that whole family. Alexa, her older sister last year, is one of the stars of the Hudson Raiders. Had a great season. We wish she was still playing. Rice Lake maintains possession of the ball. Number 14 is Emma Nielsen, comes upfield with the ball for the Rice Lake Warriors. There's Taylor Brinkman doing a great job of trying to win that ball, and Emma Nielsen runs her over on the back, and Hudson's going to get a free kick there, and Brinkman will take that kick. That was just an awesome job by Taylor Brinkman to win the race to the space, get in front of the ball, and took the foul. So here's Brinkman with a free kick for the Hudson Raiders as the Rice Lake Warrior charges to the ball. Brinkman pauses, resets, now takes a long kick, gets it up to the left side, but Rice Lake maintains possession temporarily there anyway. They still have possession of the ball. It's Rice Lake is coming down the middle now with Kate Sanaki chasing after the ball carrier there. She sends a long ball to the middle, but it goes right to Megan Manette, who gets the ball to Gottschalk. Gottschalk can't quite get a firm enough pass out there to Iverson. Rice Lake wins that ball and maintains possession. Gottschalk there winning that ball, gets it out to Woodley, who loses it to Rice Lake. That's number 4, Kadye Hovde. The sophomore defender for Rice Lake gets that ball. Gottschalk sends the ball up again into space there, and Katie Woodley isn't going to get there to win that one. Number 4 again, that's Hovde for the Rice Lake Warriors, sends that ball up to number 9. Number 9 is Jennifer Terrell, again the captain for Rice Lake. Kate Sanaki, that was a tumble. Kate Sanaki making a good run there, much faster than the Rice Lake Warrior. And number 15 for Rice Lake is Becca Atherton, senior defender, trips up Sanaki. Sanaki's going to get a free kick here. I'm sure Knutsen's pointing and saying, Sanaki, you got the foul, you take the kick. Rice Lake is going to mount a little bit of a wall here. The defenders have to stand 10 yards back if the kicker asks for the 10 yards, and she does. They're a little close right now. I think the ref is moving them back a little. There he goes. That's more like 10 yards. So here comes Sanaki with the free kick for the Hudson Raiders. Good view of the field here in the offensive attack. Sanaki sends a good ball, but it does go a little bit up and over the outside of the goal frame there. 24 minutes, almost 25 minutes into this game. The Raiders are still up only 1-0 here. Warriors putting up a pretty good fight. Raiders have significantly more talent on the field with maintaining possession. You can see that by the crisp passing and the amount of time the ball has maintained possession with the Hudson Raiders compared to the Rice Lake Warriors. Rice Lake is one of those up-and-coming teams that will develop, I'm sure, in the coming years, but Hudson's got probably 10 or 15 years experience on him. Kennedy Biltz, the right defender for the Raiders, sends that ball up, and Aragoni dives and goes horizontal to win that ball. Hannah Aragoni is doing a great job in goal for the Rice Lake Warriors today. There's Sanaki, gets whacked in the back, and they don't get that call. You can see the look of disdain on Sanaki's face as she gets whacked in the back, but doesn't get the call there. Yeah, it's kind of funny actually. But Sanaki, you will not find a tougher competitor than Kate Sanaki. Woodley gets the ball there, tries to get it upfield there, maintained by Rice Lake, who just knocks it out of bounds. Again, Rice Lake just simply can't connect 3, 4, 5 passes in a row like the Raiders can. Raiders got much better foot skills here, doing a great job maintaining possession. Throw in from Biltz to Woodley. Woodley does a nice turn trying to get it upfield there, but just sends the ball into the feet of the Rice Lake Warriors and gets dispossessed. Woodley's got to do a better job of connecting with her players. Megan Manette in the back, like she's done all year, stops that ball, turns it, sends it upfield there toward Maggie Kaler. Rice Lake beats Maggie to the ball there. Headed back by Rice Lake, and Kennedy Biltz, the right defender, has it. She sends the ball up to the forward spot there to Katie Woodley, who just knocks it out of bounds. That's going to, I guess it was touched out by Rice Lake, so that's going to be a Hudson throw in there. Kyla Shuey, number 22, another sophomore. I guess not. It was a throw-in, knocked out by Woodley. Kyla Shuey, the sophomore, is in at the center midfield position with the Hudson Raiders. Woodley competing for this ball, wins the battle there, gets it up the right flank, see if she can cross it. She cannot. Rice Lake touches it out of bounds there. Again, that's Cecily Lindler, the center back, or the captain for the Rice Lake Warriors, knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be a Raider throw in here. Jess Iverson, the midfielder, takes this ball and does make the throw in toward the box there. Ball goes to Sanaki, does a nice job of shielding, tries to get a left foot shot off there. Slipped a little there with the plant foot and just didn't get enough on that ball there. Good idea by Sanaki. Just unfortunately with the slip, didn't get enough power. Aragoni sends the ball up to their forward there. That's number 17, Addison Bowman for the Warriors there. Sanaki wins control of the ball back again. Raider gets knocked down. Sanaki sends the ball up to Woodley. Woodley can't quite get there before Hannah Aragoni gathers it in again. Raiders are just peppering the goal, but they aren't all quality scoring opportunities. But you know what? When you get that much pressure, that's pretty good. We'll take that any day. Kyla Shuey, number 22, gets the ball to Biltz, who ends up getting it back here to Kyla Shuey. Kyla just got to make better decisions there. There she wins the ball back again. Tries to quick make that pass, trying to make a decision there, and she sends it back to Megan Monette, who sends it to Biltz. You can see with the young sophomore, decision-making and speed of the decisions is what has to improve, and as they get more experience on varsity, that'll happen. You can see the Hudson seniors are usually very composed and do a great job. They've just got a lot more experience. Raiders aren't doing a very good job maintaining possession here right now, just knocking the ball around a bit. Sanaki knocks that ball to the right side there. Shuey trying to go for the ball. Gets touched out of bounds by Rice Lake. That should be a Hudson throw-in. Sometimes my guesses are wrong, though, but that is. And Kennedy Biltz takes that throw-in, tries to get it up to Katie Woodley, over to Kyla Shuey. Gets the ball to Kate Sanaki, tries to get it up toward Maggie Kaler, and does. Ball's touched by the Rice Lake defender, headed in by Taylor Klatt toward the box area. Rice Lake does a nice job clearing it. They get it up to their forward. That's Addison Bowman again with the ball. She gets it to their center midfielder. Center midfielder sends that ball up, but it's harmlessly stopped by Megan Monette, who sends it to our left. Headed again by Rice Lake over to the right flank there. Rice Lake has the ball, sends it up to their forward. That's a good touch. Good pass to the overlapping midfielder there, but Megan Monette once again is in the middle there to clean it up. And that's like a Hoover vacuum cleaner in the middle there. Nothing's going to get by her. Maggie Kaler digs back to win a ball here and does, and got good speed. Kaler trying to beat Cecily Lindner there. Finally beats her to the right side. Here comes Kaler on goal. See if she can get a shot off here. Ball's touched. Doesn't quite make it out of bounds for a corner kick for the Raiders, but 29 minutes and 50 seconds into the first half. The score is still 1-0. Hudson over the Rice Lake Warriors there. Hannah Aragoni, goalkeeper for Rice Lake, punts that ball. This one is 5 yards past midfield. Tries a header by Kennedy Biltz, and Biltz gets whacked in the back by the Rice Lake Warrior there on the pass by after she fouled her. So Biltz is going to take this free kick here. And does. Good long free kick. Headed over by Maggie Kaler toward Maddie Haynes. Kate Sanaki gets a touch on it. Rice Lake sends the ball back. Mistouches it there. Then they send it out to the right flank. Rice Lake still has the ball, but Sanaki with a good touch away there gets the ball to Taylor Klatt, who gets past that last defender. Klatt going down the left flank. A little bit too long of a touch. Rice Lake wins that ball, and Rice Lake tries to send it upfield. Taylor Klatt gave her a nice little shoulder there and rolled her out of bounds, and that cost the ball, and Rice Lake's going to take the free kick from the foul. You know, the Hudson kids are getting a little tougher, and boy, before they play Memorial on Thursday the 21st, they better get a lot tougher. Here's Rice Lake with the free kick. They take it. The midfielder tries to trap that ball. Ball goes back to Taylor Klatt for Hudson. Klatt gets the ball up, tried to get it toward Maddie Haynes. Crown of the field didn't help him there, though. Ball goes out of bounds, going to be a Rice Lake throw-in. Substitutions here for the Warriors. Over on the right side of the shelter there, you see assistant coach Michaela Sanaki for the Hudson Raiders. She was a Stillwater pony, played for years for Stillwater. Had a couple of ACL surgeries herself back in the day when they used to do the full cut on the knees. And I'm sure she was, being Kate Sanaki's older sister, that Sanaki family's got some toughness in them that you like. All right, after more substitutions here by Rice Lake, Rice Lake's going to take the throw in there. You see number 9 coming back onto the field. That's Jennifer Terrell. Number 14 in the midfield is Emma Nielsen. And number 20 there is Sarah Weber, the young freshman forward for him. Kate Johnson wins that ball, gets in front of it, tries to take it up the left side, gets it passed again. Kate got by 2 Rice Lake Warriors before being dispossessed by the third. Sanaki tries to get a ball there. Sanaki put a good lick on that Warrior. Didn't get a call. She was playing the ball. It was well done. Sanaki trying to weave the ball in. It gets touched out by the pack of Warrior defenders there. Rice Lake gets possession of the ball, but Kate Johnson wins it back with some good, tough play. Gets it to Kyla Shuey there. Kyla Shuey and the Rice Lake Warrior both go to the ground. Megan Manette with the ball in the center back position. Gets it out to Jess Iverson on the right side there. Iverson can't quite get a touch. She and the Warrior battling for the ball there. Iverson finally gets a pass, gets it out on the right flank, crosses the ball into the center. Rice Lake touches it back to the side. Iverson with a left foot shot. You can see a little frustration there. Iverson says, hey, I've got a net 20 feet away, and I can't get that left foot on it. But a little bit of a missed touch. Boy, it looks so easy, but I tell you, folks, with the bouncing, spinning, fast-coming ball, trying to get a square foot on it and hit that thing just right is pretty tough. You don't believe it? Try it sometime. Rice Lake taking the free kick from the goal box line there, stopped by Maggie Kaler. Kaler tries to win the ball and does, gets it over to Haynes on the left side. Kaler and Haynes trying to win that ball, knock the ball into the corner. Haynes wins the ball in the corner there, doing a nice job, spins it around, crosses it over to the middle, but sends it to the left side of the net as the Raiders are attacking, and ball goes out of bounds out the end line. It's going to be another free kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. Hudson again by massive numbers out shooting the Rice Lake Warriors here. We'll get the numbers at halftime to let you know what the shots are in this game. So Hudson's maintaining possession there. Taylor Brinkman gets the ball back to Manette. Manette gets the ball back upfield. Sarah Helene back on defense for the Hudson Raiders, this time playing the right side of the field, tries to get it up to Iverson or Woodley. They're battling for the ball there. Iverson had it momentarily, but goes over to Rice Lake. Shuey in the center with the ball there. Shuey, number 22, chips the ball up to Woodley. Woodley has a good opportunity there, but the Rice Lake defender did a better job. There's Woodley still battling for the ball, goes onto the ground. Woodley still battling. Ball's taken over by Shuey. She gets the ball to Maggie Kaler. Kaler turns to her left, tries to get it around, cuts it to her right. Back to her left. Kaler gets a left-footed shot there. Goes just to the left side of the goal. Another good turn and shot by Kaler. It's well done today. Raiders are just peppering the goal box area there with shots in this half, but they still only lead the game 1-0. Rice Lake takes the free kick there. Maggie Kaler in the center trying to win the ball there, still attacking and does, going against number 14 there again for the Rice Lake Warriors, and again that is Emma Nielsen for Rice Lake. Shuey gets the ball in the center midfield for the Raiders. She taps it over to Sanaki, not a firm enough pass to get there though, and Rice Lake wins the ball. They send it back to their defense, who sends it up to their forwards there on the right flank. They just don't have a forward there on the right flank. That's the only problem. It was a good idea, but a poor application. And there's Taylor Brinkman, number 15, sophomore defender, playing left defender now with Megan Monette center back and Sarah Helene on the right back area there. You see number 7, Jess Iverson, who's in the right midfield position for the Raiders. Waiting to take the throw. Brinkman finally does, and the ball is in, goes up to Izzy Lacoste, number 9. Izzy Lacoste is another sophomore for the Hudson Raiders. She gets that ball to Kate Johnson, number 20 in the midfield there. Johnson tries to get it back up to Lacoste, but I think the ball went out of bounds. Over to Rice Lake, so Rice Lake will take the throw in and does. Kate Sanaki tries to win that ball, temporarily does, but it turns back over. Shuey gets a touch, but turns back over. Really not very good continuity again with the possession of the ball. Raiders got to do a better job going feet to feet or sending the ball into open space for the Raiders to run onto. They're just knocking the ball around a little bit, and I know Coach Knutson puts a premium on possession. Sanaki gets the ball back to the thrower there. Is well done by Brinkman, who touches it aside. Switches fields over to Helene on the right, who sends it up to our midfield there. And there's Shuey, number 22, gets it up to Sanaki. Now, that's the kind of play that we like to see. Sanaki back to Shuey, who's got a lot of room in the middle there. Shuey sends it to Maggie Kaler. Kaler coming in down the middle. And Kaler sent a 30-foot shot over an 8-foot net. So that was a good attempt, but we just 9-ironed that one. But really good combination play with the Raiders there from the back to the front, from Brinkman to Shuey to Sanaki and Kaler, and everybody in the middle there did a great job bringing that ball upfield. That was a That was a missed scoring opportunity for the Raiders there, who only lead the game 1-0 here as we approach halftime in the 45-minute half. Raiders touch the ball back up. Jordan Helterbrand, number 13, the sophomore, gets it on the right, gets past one defender, sends it a little too far, can't keep it close enough up on top, and Rice Lake wins that ball. Jess Iverson's going to win this ball. She's got a lot of space on the left side there, sends the ball in the middle to Kaler. Kaler sends the ball back towards Sanaki, can't get a clean shot there. Jordan Helterbrand knocks the Rice Lake Warrior off the ball. Well played physical play by Jordan Helterbrand, Texas they call her, and she gets the ball back. Shuey's got the ball now, does some good footwork to get it to Iverson, who lofts the ball into the middle, headed out by the Rice Lake center back. Rice Lake just frantic in the box here trying to get that ball out. They send the ball out to the left flank there, which Helene gathers. Helene, as our right defender, sends a through ball up to Jordan Helterbrand. Helterbrand trying to get it to Maggie Kaler. Kaler battling for the ball in there. It's won by the Rice Lake Warriors, who try to send it up to the right flank. Brinkman plays the ball back to Karen Chuckle, who with her feet sends it back out to Brinkman. Well done by the defense and the goalkeeper for the Raiders. Brinkman has the ball, gets it out to the left flank there, tried to get it toward Johnson, but can't get there. Izzy Lacasse on the left forward position is there. Shuey in the middle sends the ball up to Maggie Kaler again. Kaler touches the ball, but a little too far off of Helterbrand. Helterbrand trying to get a shot, goes right into the shins of the Rice Lake Warrior. Jess Iverson trying to get a ball there, knocks it off the Warrior defender, and Sarah Helene, number 18, the senior defender for the Raiders, is going to take this throw in the attacking third for the Raiders. So let's see if the Raiders can get at least one more goal before half. Helterbrand gets the ball on the right side. It's knocked out again by the Warrior defender. You can see the AR, the assistant referee there, Ben, on the right side in the green there, holding his flag up, which indicates that there's going to be substitutions here. So Iverson, the right midfielder for the Hudson Raiders, holds this ball, waiting to take the throw in the attacking third for the Raiders. So here's Iverson with the throw. She gets it to Sarah Helene. Helene has time and lifts the ball into the box area to Maggie Kaler, who bodies the ball, sends a shot. Oh, the shot goes right across the post, and Izzy Lacasse is on the backside there. It goes right past her. That ball flew right across the goal face there. It was served in well by Maggie Kaler there, and we just couldn't quite get a head or a body or anything on that ball to knock it in the goal. But that one was a prime scoring opportunity for Izzy Lacasse of the Raiders, but it just went by her too fast. That's a tough ball too, but it would have been great to see her get that one. I have a feeling Lacasse may have a goal in her yet. I think she's probably a little upset that she didn't get that ball, but she'll get the next one. Raiders win possession of the ball again. Helene has the ball out to Iverson, number 7 on the right flank there. Iverson touches the ball to her left, trying to get around. Can't get around number 9. That's well played by Jennifer Terrell of the Rice Lake Warriors. This time Iverson gets the ball back, cuts it back again to her left side. Here's Iverson trying to get a shot off, and does. Lofts a ball to Aragoni again. And that's one of those things that it's a good shot on goal, but it's not really a scoring threat. What I'd like to see, or Coach Knutson would like to see Iverson do, is dig that ball in a little deeper, maybe toward the 18-yard penalty box line there. Here's Lacasse on the left side. Lacasse has got a good run going. She's coming into the left, sends the ball into the shins of the Warriors, goes off Rice Lake. It's going to be a throw-in by the Raiders. That was a good little bit of dribbling and attack by Lacasse, number 9, the sophomore for the Hudson Raiders. Kate Johnson, the midfielder on the left side there, is going to take this throw-in. Up, she sets it down, allows left defender Taylor Brinkman to take the throw again. That's what Coach Knutson wants, is to get more attackers in the box. Brinkman throws the ball toward the box there. It is volleyed out by the Warriors there. They get it upfield. A good little step touch there for the Warriors, trying to keep it in their middle. Shuey with a great turn on that. Let the ball come through her legs. Turn to one possession. Gets it out to Kate Johnson on the right, who knocks it up to Jordan Helterbrand, trying to get a shot off, and does. There's a ball that goes across the goal face. Izzy Lacasse with the ball and a shot. And Izzy Lacasse with a rebound gets that shot, turns it, and fires a left footer into the net. I told you Lacasse would get a goal coming up here. That was an awesome job there. Kate Johnson and Jordan Helterbrand made that goal, though, by bringing the ball upfield, getting it across there, and one shot was taken. A rebound came out. Lacasse gathered the rebound, turned, and fired. That was a good ball by Izzy Lacasse. The Raiders now lead the game 2-0. Rice Lake takes the kickoff here. They send it back to their midfield there, trying to maintain possession, get it up to their forwards, but it goes a little too far. Helene wins that ball, goes out to Shuey. Shuey trying to win that ball. Rolls a Rice Lake defender into the turf there. Hudson maintains possession, gets it back to Brinkman.
Assisted by number 13, Jordan Texas Helterbrand.
There you hear Kyle Flanagan, the announcer for the Hudson Raiders, awarding the goal to Izzy Lacoste with the assist from Jordan Helterbrand. Well done by the Raiders there. Shuey with a lot of space in the midfield there, but lets the ball get away from her a little bit too much and dribbles right into pressure into 3 defenders. Knutson always wants the players to get the ball away before the pressure attacks. There's good hustle by Kate Johnson, but touches the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a Rice Lake throw-in. It's number 9 again, Jennifer Terrell for the, I'm sorry, that's number 5. My apologies there. That's Emily Martin, defender for the Rice Lake Warriors, holding the ball there, number 5. Emily Martin. Martin gets the ball up to number 9. That's Jennifer Terrell. Played a good game for the Warriors there. Gottschalk's back in the middle, center midfield position. Tries to get the ball upfield, but it gets knocked away. The Rice Lake defender shielding off Izzy Lacoste there, and Hannah Aragoni, the goalkeeper for Rice Lake, gathers that ball in and will punt it away, and does. Aragoni gets the ball right to the midfield mark there as it bounces down. Helene gets that ball off Monette's good defense. Sends the ball up. Jordan Helterbrand battling for a ball there. Does win it. Sends it to the middle. There's Gottschalk in the middle trying to win the ball. Goes out to the right side there to Johnson. Johnson on the right side trying to win that ball for the Raiders. Rice Lake knocks the ball out of bounds, and that's going to be a Raider ball. Johnson does a nice job at taking a quick start there. Gets the ball to Helterbrand. Crosses it into the middle to Maggie Kaler. Let's see what Kaler can do. She turns, tries to get her right foot off to Gottschalk. Gottschalk takes a shot. Gottschalk celebrating a goal that never happened there. That ball hit the post and bounced out. You can see Gottschalk raising her hands, thinking she'd be on ESPN highlight film tonight, and it wasn't to be. Gottschalk's roller there from the left side, left foot, hits that left post. Gottschalk is beside herself, I'm sure. You can see Helterbrand and Gottschalk talking about it. Gottschalk knows that she had a sure goal there that just didn't happen. That's life in the big city, Brooke. Good effort by Gottschalk, though. All right, Raiders still have the ball here. Let's see if they can get a third goal before half. I thought they'd call a foul on the Raiders there for a little push down there on the Rice Lake Warrior girl who's still down. Hudson gets the ball. There's Gottschalk in the middle again. Texas has a shot there. Jordan Helterbrand with a left-footed shot, just not quite enough on there. No, not enough power there to make it a real threat. And Hannah Aragoni, the Rice Lake Warrior goalkeeper, gets that ball, punts the ball out. That's a short punt for Aragoni. Helene gets the ball. Turns it to the right side there to Kate Johnson, the right midfielder for the Raiders. Johnson's done a good job all year on the right flank for the Raiders. One of the fastest kids on the Raider team. Johnson does a great job as a right midfielder. Hudson trying to win the ball here, and well, what do we got here? That's a half, folks. I was going to say I didn't see any foul on that call. Greg Bauger makes the call at halftime for the Hudson Raiders. Hudson leads the Rice Lake Warriors 2-0 at the half. Going to get ready to start the second half here with Hudson leading 2-0 at the Hudson Middle School Stadium Field here today on a great night. Bright sunshine tonight. Reasonable temperatures out there. It's a little bit cool, just like the soccer players like it, to be able to run without getting too dehydrated and overheated. So great night for soccer, folks. You can see second half as we start, the shadows on the field. The sun's going to start going down. Unfortunately, the Raiders don't get the advantage of putting as much of the sun into the goalkeeper's eyes for Rice Lake, but that's what happens when we lose a coin toss at the beginning of the game. Whoever was the architect and designer of this Hudson Middle School field and put it east and west should be flogged. And fields, normally you want to go north and south, so that east and west sun is not in the eyes of either team. When you play, you want to even out the elements, and north and south fields work much better, at least for soccer. So here the Hudson Raiders take the field. Rice Lake is sashaying out to the field at their leisure, and they're going to take the kickoff for the second half. Rice Lake will be heading east to west, and the Raiders now will be going west to east and be able to put some balls in the sun-filled face of the Hannah Aragoni, the Rice Lake keeper. Off the kickoff there, Jordan Helterbrand wins that ball and is abused by the Rice Lake Warrior for a foul, and Hudson will take the free kick there. Kennedy Bilt steps up, takes a chip shot there to the forward. Maggie Kaler trying to get her foot on the ball, goes back to the midfield. I'm not sure what that foul was on Gottschalk, but or Kaler, either one. I don't know who committed a foul there. I didn't see it. Sometimes there's mystery fouls in soccer. Sanaki bodies the ball down there, gains possession. Sanaki chips the ball over to the left side there. Beautiful ball to Haynes on the left. Haynes down the left flank, see if she can cross it in, and does. Touched out by Rice Lake, back to Maddie Haynes, the sophomore for Hudson. Number 16 sends it back to Taylor Klatt. Number 2, Taylor Klatt, the senior midfielder for Hudson, tries to keep the ball in and does. Rice Lake touches that ball out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Oh, my goodness. They're calling that ball out on Hudson. Well, anybody can miss a call, folks. Refs aren't perfect either. That referee's going to be off the Christmas list, at least for a while. Rice Lake touches the ball out of bounds there. Now the Hudson Raiders will get that throw in. You can see Jim Iverson there as a ball boy. That's a good job, Jim. Jim is Jess Iverson, number 7, the sophomore midfielder for the Raiders' father. Ball's thrown in there, touched by Maddie Haynes to the midfield. Nobody's in the midfield for the Raiders, though, and Rice Lake wins it, but knocks it to Sarah Helene on the left. Helene tries to send the ball in. Rice Lake wins that ball, and they send a nice long ball to no one. Karen Chuckle's the only one in that zip code. Chuckle plays the ball with her feet, sends a nice long ball up to the right flank there. Ball gets knocked around. Rice Lake trying to send it back up, and they do. They get it to their left forward up there. But Kennedy Biltz, our right defender, bests them out of that ball and wins it, sends it up. Oh, Biltz, I compliment you there, and you give up the ball that easily. Not a good play on that one by Biltz, but that's a rare situation with Biltz losing a ball like that. Ball goes out of bounds. Kennedy Biltz is going to take a free kick from the goal box here. Biltz signed a letter of intent with UW Green Bay. She'll be playing Division I for the Phoenix. Coach Knutsen's daughter, Allie Knutsen, played soccer for the Phoenix for several years, and great school. All right, Rice Lake and Hudson battling for the ball there. Sanaki in the middle for the Hudson Raiders there. Rice Lake gets it out on the right wing, and they try to cross the ball in, but Helene intercepts. Sends the ball up to Kate Sanaki, who is on the left flank right now, battling all along, and there's no foul there either. No call is made as Sanaki goes down. Hudson gets the ball up on top. They probably let that advantage go as they try to continue on the attack. Looks like an offsides is called there. Looked like Kaler got out ahead of the ball carrier, Jordan Helterbrand, a little there. I think Kaler was expecting Helterbrand to send that ball through, which would have been a nice play and a good choice at the time, but that didn't happen. Rice Lake sends the ball upfield. Megan Manette gets a touch over to Helene. Helene tries to clear, but it goes to the middle. Rice Lake wins that ball. Now they're on the right flank, and they try to send the ball up to the forward there, who sends it a little too far. And Karen Chuckle does a nice job as the Rice Lake Warrior kind of comes in and bangs her with an elbow a little bit there. Chuckle's a tough kid, though. That's not going to bother her. Chuckle dishes it out far more than she takes it, which Coach Knutsen loves to see. Tough goalies make tough teams. Jordan Helterbrand out on the right wing, tries to send the ball across, deflects off the body of the Warrior. Maggie Kaler does win the ball there. Kaler trying to find a player, tries to get it to Helterbrand, can't quite get it there. Rice Lake wins the ball. Kaler sends the ball in with the right foot, but there's no power on that one. Not a real scoring threat. The ball goes to Aragoni, who's going to punt the ball away. Aragoni with another short punt there. Rice Lake does maintain possession, though, until Kate Sanaki runs onto the ball, plays it back to Megan Monette, the center back for the Raiders. Monette tries to get the ball out to Taylor Klatt. Rice Lake intercepted and does win the ball. Oh, that's going to be a foul by Haynes. That was kind of a leg whip there. Don't let Haynes fool you. She might be small. I think she's about 5'1", 5'2", but she's as tough as they come. Sanaki, speaking of tough players, Sanaki wins that ball. Gottschalk doing a nice job, gets it out to Taylor Klatt. Klatt gets the ball, touches it back there, gets it to Sanaki in the middle. Oh, great footwork by Sanaki to let that ball tip between the legs and into better position for her to attack. Jordan Helterbrand out there trying to win a ball, but Rice Lake maintains possession here. Ball's going to go out of bounds. No, it didn't go out of bounds. Good hustle by Helterbrand to win that ball back. Crosses it into the middle. Aragoni comes flying across the goal face in front of Kaler and gets two hands on the ball to knock it to the ground, but immediately picks up the rebound. Good job by Aragoni, the goalkeeper there for Rice Lake. Hudson wins the ball again. Kate Johnson on the attack. Johnson gets the ball and dribbling through the right side there, tries to get the ball to Sanaki and does. Sanaki puts the ball on her right foot, tries to get it to Kaler and does. Kaler's got a ball on her right foot now on her left. Kaler trying to get space to shoot, knocks it into the shins. Taylor Klatt with a right-footed shot goes to the right of the goal for the Raiders. Kaler had a good opportunity there, but just couldn't quite find the space to uncork one. She does get the ball back to Taylor Klatt, who takes a shot, but it just goes right of the mark there. And harmlessly out of bounds off the end line, and Rice Lake will take this free kick from the goal box, and does. Short kick intercepted by Maggie Kaler there. Rice Lake sends it off to their left side. They knock it back. Rice Lake has a little bit of trouble with her first touch. Jordan Helterbrand wins that ball and loses it. Ball goes to Rice Lake to the left there. Ball's getting knocked around there. That's Kate Johnson trying to cross the ball in, intercepted by Rice Lake. A left-footed shot by Sanaki immediately gets deflected back out. Gottschalk with a header, Rice Lake with a header, trying to maintain possession. Rice Lake finally does on the left side there. They get by Gottschalk going down the left side. Rice Lake is mounting a little bit of an attack. They send the ball deep into the left corner there. Megan Manette, number 6 for the Raiders, is taking the pressure defense and does a good job there with the tackle. They call a foul on Gottschalk there. She charged in to win the ball there. Good effort. I know Coach Knudsen will have no trouble with that when Raiders are physical and tough like Gottschalk was there. That's absolutely fine. Raiders are trying to put a little bit of a wall up there. You can see it's a shot from about 20 yards beyond the penalty box there. Ball goes harmlessly into the belly of Karen Chuckle, who does a great job distributing to Gottschalk on the right. Chuckle's doing a tremendous job this year for the Raiders with distribution, both with very long punts and with overhand tosses and underhand distributions to the Raiders. Chuckle's doing a great job. Raiders had a little bit of an attack there, stopped by Aragoni. Trying to get the ball to the center. Gottschalk deflects it. Rice Lake touches it upfield, trying to maintain possession. Sanaki heads the ball to Johnson. Johnson bounces that ball down toward her feet with her head. That was a good move by Johnson. Ball goes out to the left side. It's maintained possession by Rice Lake as they go up that left side. Gottschalk trying to stop her, slow down her progress a little bit. Ball's touched by Sanaki to Manette. Manette's going to have the ball here under control. Sends it back to Sanaki. Gottschalk, sorry. Gottschalk with the ball up to Kate Johnson on the right there, trying to get it to Jordan Helterbrand, who doesn't get back in time to win that one. Kennedy Biltz on the right side gets that possession. Biltz usually makes good long runs on the right side from the defensive position. Johnson gets the ball to Gottschalk, who tries to send the ball up to Kaler and does. Kaler gets a good touch past the defender, and the defender just knocks it out of bounds. Hudson's going to take the throw in the attacking third against the Warriors here. Hudson is up 2-0. We're in the second half, early into the second half here. This is the type of game that Hudson, going a little bit with the wind and the sun in the eyes of Rice Lake, I have a feeling they're going to put up at least 3, 4, 5 goals the second half, and it's going to be a pretty sound defeat today. There's Sanaki with a left foot there. Just doesn't have a lot of room. Well defended by the Warriors there, but Sanaki does get a left foot off for a shot on goal against Aragoni. Aragoni now punts near half there. Sarah Helene tries to win that ball, trying to hold off the Rice Lake defender. Rice Lake gets a touch, just knocks it out of bounds. There's just not much ball control by the Rice Lake Warriors here. They don't have nearly the foot skills. You'll see the Hudson Raiders do evasive maneuvers. Sometimes Hudson kicks it into shins too. That's street soccer, kind of happens a lot. But the Hudson Raiders have much better footwork when they win a ball to get around the Rice Lake Warrior defenders. Rice Lake gets a left-footed shot there. That was, I believe, number 14, Emma Nielsen from the midfield. Chuckle gathers it in. Now that's a good long punt by Chuckle near midfield. Touched up by Texas on the right side there with a header. Trying to get it to Kaler. Can't quite get there. Brooke Gottschalk's coming back to win a ball. Sends it back to the right side D. Kennedy Biltz is there. She sends it toward Kate Johnson. It's intercepted by Rice Lake, and they're taking the ball down the left field side there. Johnson's got to get back quickly and does. That's a ball that just gets sent weakly to the side of the goal there. It's going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. Karen Chuckle in goal for the Raiders has got 9 shutouts this year, along with a little bit of help from a few other goalies. Grace Kazak has come up and played a half, and Katie Woodley's played in goal a little bit, and I think Maggie Kaler even played in goal for part of a game. And but the shutouts, the 9 shutouts on the year so far, are attributed 98% to Karen Chuckle. There's Chuckle with the distribution again. Had to wait for Helene to clear. Caused Karen Chuckle to pause there for Helene to get out of the way for Taylor Klatt there. Helene ends up with the ball here, dribbling, doing a nice bit of dribbling there to get it to the midfield and up to the forward to Maggie Kaler. Tries to get through and does. Kaler gets by the defender there. Jordan Helterbrand on the right side wins this ball. See if she can cross it in for the Raiders. Dispossessed by Rice Lake. Good job of defending by the Rice Lake defender there. Gottschalk gathers the ball, sends it back to Jordan Helterbrand. Helterbrand with the ball, trying to get past. Turns right into pressure on the defender there. Helterbrand's got to do a better job of shielding that ball and maybe turning and going around the backside of the defender instead of face up into her with the ball like that. Warriors send the ball right into the belly of Kennedy Biltz, and Biltz is playing if she's trying to see now. Knudsen maybe pushed her up to forward, but as a defender, Kennedy Biltz, it isn't unusual to see her up there as she makes the runs. Biltz often controls the ball from the right side on the D there and will make a run all the way up the field, but it looks like Knudsen's got Biltz positioned as a right forward here, and there's Taylor Brinkman, the right D now, taking the throw in there. So that's exactly right. Biltz is in a right forward position for the Raiders right now.
5, Emily Martin. Number 8, Lauren Shimoen. And number 21, Shelby Weber.
Rice Lake with a bit of an attack here, maintaining possession of the ball through the midfield and across half. They send a long ball up to their forward. That's number 17, Addison Bowman for Rice Lake. She gets the ball back. Rice Lake maintaining possession here. That's number 8 for the Warriors. That's Lauren Shimon. I believe that's the son of Coach Mike Shimon. Kate Sanaki sends the ball up to Maggie Kaler. Kaler on a bit of a breakaway here. Kaler going one-on-one. That's number 10, Isabel Thurston for Rice Lake. And Kaler doing a nice job. Beats her. Kaler gets a shot. Hits the right side of the net there. And that'll be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. Nice job by Kaler taking on a big defender for Rice Lake there. Actually, and I'm sorry, that could be Cecily Lindner again. That's probably number 16, not number 10. 16, Lindner's a senior captain for Rice Lake. Hudson trying to win the ball here. That's built up on the right. Rice Lake sends the ball out of bounds there. That's going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders again. Sarah Helene over on the right side now for the Raiders is going to take that throw. Helene gets the ball to Sanaki, loses the ball there. Rice Lake wins the ball, sends it upfield there. Taylor Brinkman sends the ball up to the right, though, gathered in by Hannah Aragoni, goalkeeper for Rice Lake. Aragoni sends the ball past midfield, touched by the Warriors there, but intercepted by Klatt. Klatt maintains possession, gets it over to Gottschalk for the Raiders. Gottschalk tries to send a through ball to Sanaki, gets touched both ways before Kaler maintains possession, trips a little bit there, falls down. Ball is going back and forth again between the Raiders and the Warriors here. Warriors number 14, Emma Nielsen, maintains possession there, tries to send it up to the right side, but Taylor Brinkman, the left defender for the Raiders, wins the ball, gets it over to Manette. Manette trying to get it to Klatt, can't quite get there. Rice Lake wins the ball. Ball's in the right side on the box there. Brinkman will do anything not to allow a corner. And just sends that ball out of bounds. Doesn't touch the Rice Lake Warriors, so that's going to be a throw-in for Rice Lake. In the attacking third of the Hudson Raiders, Coach Knudsen absolutely disdains corner kicks by the opponents and does everything they can to kick that ball out the touchline on the side rather than the end line giving up the corner. So Rice Lake takes that throw-in. Ball's touched up by Kate Sanaki to Maddie Haynes. Haynes back to Sanaki. Sanaki's got a mile of space in the midfield here. Sends a long ball up, but unfortunately to the Rice Lake Warrior. We had Mackenzie Drace, number 8 there for the Raiders, a sophomore on the right side there, and that would have been the better choice there to go to Drace. Rice Lake maintains possession here. Gottschalk touches the ball back up for the Raiders, though, toward Maggie Kaler. Kaler trying to win this ball, almost hits it with a hand, but knocks that ball down with the body. Gets the ball out to Biltz on the right side there. Biltz with the shot right to the goalkeeper, Hannah Aragoni. Biltz with her first shot on goal in the game. Aragoni with the punt, and near midfield there. Sanaki touches it back to Gottschalk. Gottschalk trying to win the ball, but it goes over to Rice Lake. Rice Lake sends the ball up to the forwards there. That was Monette almost with a hand there. She stuck it out to try and stop that ball. Hudson just knocking the ball out of bounds there. Knutson would like to see a little more control out of his Hudson Raiders when they have time. Rice Lake ready to take the throw in here after substitutions have come onto the field, and they do. Ball goes into the box area. Gottschalk does a nice job of shielding that ball, gets a foul called against her as the Rice Lake Warrior needed a saddle there to ride her for a few seconds. Raiders get the ball here. It's going to be Taylor Brinkman, number 15, the young sophomore for the Hudson Raiders, taking this free kick. You see Megan Monette, the center, back in, and Sarah Helene, number 18, both seniors on the middle and left side for the Raiders. Gottschalk gets the ball there, tries to get it on the right side, and does. Sends a nice long ball up. Maggie Kaler's going to win this ball, as she usually does. Kaler going 1-on-2 there, sends a ball in. Kaler would have had that goal, but I'll tell you, Maddie Haynes on the left side is going to get credit for that as that ball's rolling toward the goals. The opportunistic Maddie Haynes tallies the third goal for the Hudson Raiders at the 61:09 mark, and that was a great play. Balls was brought up on the right side. Kaler works herself in between two defenders, gets a left-footed shot off to the far post, which would have scored, but ever opportunistic, Maddie Haynes, number 16, the sophomore for the Raiders, steps in and buries the ball into the net there for a 3-0 lead by the Raiders. Let's see if we can open the floodgates here now. Haynes sends the ball into Kaler. Kaler sends it over to the right side to Biltz. Biltz, number 14, waiting to shield the ball there, or waiting to do something with it, see if she can turn this ball. Oh, the Warriors misstep there. Kate Sanaki with the ball with the right foot, goes right to Hannah Aragoni there. Aragoni with a nice stop. So the Raiders lead 3-0 here in this game today right now, and should fare better in the second half with a little bit of a breeze and the sun in the eyes of the Rice Lake goalkeeper. Taylor Brinkman sends it to Taylor Klatt. Taylor to Taylor there. Brinkman gets it to Manette. Manette's on the left side there. Tries to get it up the left side to Klatt. Knocks it out of bounds. That's going to be a Rice Lake throw-in on the right side for them as they attack the west goal here at the middle school field. Rice Lake sends it upfield, but Taylor and Taylor over there on the right win the ball. Kate Sanaki gets the ball here. See if Maddie Haynes can win that ball. Rice Lake just knocks it out of bounds. That's number 15 for the Rice Lake Warriors, Becca Atherton. Well, I thought that'd be a throw-in, and what they called was offside. You saw Haynes throw her arms up in the air, and a little bit of frustration, not thinking she was offsides. I didn't think she was offsides either, folks. Rice Lake's going to take the kick there. Center, or the side ref tells her to move the ball another yard or two up, and she does. There's a very short kick. Kaler gets ahead. Sanaki gets ahead. Haynes sends the ball out to the far side on the right there. There's Kennedy Biltz for the Raiders. Normally a defender, but she's playing the right forward position now for the Hudson Raiders. Raiders get the ball upfield again. Kaler back to Sanaki. Sanaki sends the ball up. Kaler coming in on goal again, always dangerous. Biltz is going to take, picks up the ball there. It goes out the end line, so that's going to be a corner kick for the Hudson Raiders. Kate Sanaki, senior captain, number 10, is going to prepare to take this kick. Sanaki does a beautiful job serving balls in here. Let's see what the Raiders can do with this as Sanaki gets ready for the corner kick. Lofts a beautiful ball to the 6-yard line. Tries to be headed by Kaler. Can't quite get there by Kaler or Haynes. That was a good ball sent in by Sanaki. Number 14 for Rice Lake sends it upfield. Megan Manette's there. She knocks it back up to Kate Sanaki, who sends it over to Biltz on the right side. Biltz on the right side, gets past that last defender, uses the defender, still has the ball. Biltz back to Gottschalk. Gottschalk sends one into Maddie Haynes there, but we don't get a good shot on goal there. Raiders still maintain possession, and Rice Lake just knocks the ball out of bounds. That's how you can tell a young, more immature team. I don't mean immature psychologically, physically, or mentally or anything, but they're the way they play, a team that loses their composure under pressure and just knocks the ball out of bounds. You see the Hudson Raiders, they'll die trying before they'll give up corner kicks or in the attacking third. So Rice Lake sends that ball out of bounds. That should be a corner kick for the Hudson Raiders, and it is. Sanaki now over on the left side of the Raiders as they attack. She's going to put the ball on the near corner of the arc there, and Sanaki is sending a ball in there, comes across the goal face. Nobody there for the Raiders, though. Gottschalk trying to shield there and win the ball. It does temporarily, but Rice Lake wins that ball. That's number 14, Emma Nielsen for Rice Lake. Sends the ball upfield to the right side to their forwards. Fortunately, there's nobody there again for the Rice Lake Warriors, so Hudson will take that throw with the ball just knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. Taylor Brinkman on the left side is going to take the throw in for the Raiders, and does. Good long throw in by Brinkman. Headed out by Rice Lake. She's going to get another opportunity here. That's number 21, Shelby Weber for Rice Lake, who headed that out of bounds. Brinkman takes the throw, touched by Haynes up through the middle to Kaler. Kaler's got a little bit of a breakaway here. Let's see what she does. Kaler crosses the ball. Oh, gets the ball to the left foot of Haynes, and you can see her put her hands on her head like, whoa, that's a goal I should have had there. A lot of room on the far post there, but she went to the near post there and just missed it. Good effort by Kaler and Haynes. Again, those two play really well together up on top. Rice Lake's going to take the goal kick here. Send it out to the middle there. It's touched by Gottschalk over to Haynes. Haynes gets a foot on it, but not under control. And Hannah Aragoni, the goalkeeper for Rice Lake, gathers it in. We sure called Hannah Aragoni's name a lot in this game, and that's because the Raiders are absolutely peppering them. They outshot the Warriors 19-2 in the first half, accumulating the goal. I'm sorry, the first half was 25-2. So the Raiders had 25 shots on the net, but only 2 goals. That's not the proportions Coach Knudsen likes to see. Hudson trying to maintain possession there, knocks the ball around. It's gathered in by Rice Lake, who tries to send it forward. Goes to Gottschalk, to Sanaki. Sanaki trying to get the ball upfield to Kaler, and does. Kaler with the ball up on top, sends a through ball over to Biltz on the right. There's Biltz, ready to take a shot, and does. Biltz gets a shot off and knocks it in off Hannah Aragoni, the goalkeeper. There's Biltz with her first goal on the game, assisted by Kaler. That's Kaler's second assist of the game, and the Raiders at the 66-54 mark take a 4-0 lead over the Rice Lake Warriors. Kaler has 2 assists on the day, and Helterbrand has 2 assists. Helterbrand assisted Kaler on the first goal and Lacasse on the second. Kaler was assisted on Maddie Haynes and then on Kennedy Biltz. So Helterbrand and Kaler both with 2 assists on the day, and goals by Kaler, Lacasse, Haynes, and Biltz make the score 4-0 for the Hudson Raiders. Rice Lake kicks off, but immediately loses the ball to Hudson. Ball's going back and forth here. Taylor Klatt of the Raiders finally gathers it in. Let's see what she does. She sends it over to Kate Sanaki. Sanaki tries to send a through ball up. Biltz isn't there. Touched by Rice Lake over to their left side, but Sarah Helene, number 18 for the Raiders, is there. Shields the ball well. Gets the ball back to Megan Manette. Megan Manette tries to get the ball over to Mackenzie Drace, the right midfielder, and does. There's Drace on the right side, knocks it off of the Rice Lake defender. It's going to be a Hudson throw-in. Helene there. You can see the subs on the sideline there with the yellow pennies. The referees like the subs to hand a penny to the player coming off so they know how many came on and how many went off. Hudson still maintaining possession there, gets the ball, tries to get it up to Sanaki, and Rice Lake knocks the ball back in. Intercepted there by Brinkman, though. Brinkman sends it out to the left flank there to Maddie Haynes. Haynes gets around her last defender there. Let's see if Haynes can go to the goal and toward it. Oh, a good bit of footwork there by Haynes. Haynes gets a right foot. Oh, the ball just gets a yard away, and Rice Lake intercepts and takes the ball temporarily. Sanaki tried to get a ball there, and it's intercepted by Rice Lake and sent over to the left side there. It's going to be a throw-in by the Raiders. There's ball boy Jim Iverson again, handing the ball to Taylor Brinkman, number 15, the sophomore for the Raiders. Brinkman's a big, strong kid. Coach Knudsen likes the potential that she's going to be bringing not only this year, but as a junior and senior to the Hudson Raiders soccer team. Hudson substituting here, and Jess Iverson's coming to the left forward position. Kyla Shuey's in as the center mid. Throw-in goes to Haynes and to Shuey in the midfield there, number 22, the young sophomore for the Raiders. Shuey brings the ball in, sends it to the middle toward Kaler, and Maddie Haynes gets a right foot there. Haynes with a similar reaction to last time, pounds her hands on her thighs this time, and she's just disappointed that she didn't get that shot a little bit more solid onto the goal frame. Rice Lake taking the goal kick here. Tries to be headed by Rice Lake. They miss that. Iverson tries to win the ball. Can't. Sanaki's there as well. Rice Lake sends the ball up and over, and much like they've done about 10 times before, there's nobody there to win the ball. Taylor Brinkman gathers the ball, sends it to Sanaki, who sends it down to the left side to Jess Iverson. Iverson sends the ball there to Maggie Kaler. Kaler on a breakaway here. Kaler going one-on-one with the goal, tries to cut it back to the right foot and does. Oh, Kaler just pulls it a little bit to the left side. Good footwork by Haynes and Kaler getting that ball up into the attacking third. Kaler had a tailor-made opportunity there to knock the ball in far post again. Chose to go near post on the tight side there between the goalkeeper and the net. On the short side, she had about a yard. On the far post, she probably had 20 feet and just couldn't quite negotiate that shot. Raiders trying to maintain possession again, and they knock it to Rice Lake, who knocks it back to Hudson, who knocks it back to Rice Lake. And Hudson finally gathers the ball back on the defensive end there. Hildebrand, not a strong enough pass for Hudson to maintain pressure, but she gets the ball again. Ball goes out of bounds, though. It's going to be a Hudson throw. Sarah Helene will take that. Helene sends the ball up toward Biltz. Kyla Shuey has possession of the ball here, gets it over to Sanaki. Sanaki sends it out wide to Shuey again, who sends the ball upfield, but to Rice Lake. Rice Lake sends it deep, but there's nobody there for them. Megan Manette's there. She sends it harmlessly over to Brinkman. Brinkman on that left side tries to get it back, touches it around, sends it up to Iverson on the left now. Iverson carrying the ball up the left flank there. Tries to use her speed and does. Iverson still with control of the ball. Good job there. Gets around defenders. Iverson just schooled 3 defenders. Tries to get a left foot shot across. And there's Biltz on a rebound. But there's an offsides call there. Biltz on the right side would have had her second goal of the game. It was an awesome bit of ball handling there by Jess Iverson, who drove it up the left flank, got by 3 defenders, and crossed the ball into Biltz, who knocked it into the goal. But the goal's not going to count. That's an offsides call on Biltz there. So the goal kick will be taken by the Rice Lake Warriors. With the score only 4-0, they had to take that goal that they temporarily put up on the scoreboard off. Rice Lake controlling the ball in the midfield here. Sends the ball up to their forward, but Megan Manette is there instead. Sends it back to Rice Lake, though. Rice Lake mounting a little bit of an attack here. There's on the right flank there. They try to cross the ball in, and there's Karen Chuckle. Misplays that one a little bit, but gathers it in. There we are, back to 4 goals at the 71-45 mark of a 90-minute game here. Chuckle misplayed that ball a little bit, but gathered it in. No harm, no foul. Raiders will take the throw in here. Sarah Helene with the throw in on the right side. Waiting for substitutions to come on and off. Maggie Kaler getting a little bit of a break here along with Maddie Haynes. So 2 of Hudson's big dogs come out. Coach Knutson goes to meet them there. A couple of high fives, thanking them for their effort. Ball comes up to Biltz again. Biltz tries to get it through. She's going about 1-on-6 down there, and amazingly enough, beats them all. Rice Lake did win the ball there, but Biltz is still on attack there. Ball goes out of bounds off Biltz, and they're going to give the throw to Rice Lake. Rice Lake takes the throw, bodies the ball down, comes across to the middle there. A little bit of a hesitation by Iverson there. We could have won that ball. Sanaki does win the ball. Sends it up to Katie Woodley. Woodley knocks it back a little too far, but it's won by Kyla Shuey, who does a back tap there. Shuey gets the ball up to Woodley. Sends it off to the right side there. We aren't going enough feet to feet, though, here, but she does get the ball that time out to Biltz. Biltz crosses it in there. Woodley, Iverson, and Lacasse are all there. Iverson with a beautiful goal as she jumps up into the air to celebrate. Now that goal is going to count. That's going to be the 5th goal of the game at the 73-05 mark. And that was a good bit of play by the Hudson Raiders as they brought the ball up the right flank, crossed it into the middle there. And as the ball's bouncing, Iverson hits a volley in the air to the back of the net, and she just buries that thing, which Iverson can do. Really heavy-weighted shots with Iverson with both right and left foot. And I know Coach Knutson loves to see her uncork those things, and that was a good goal by Iverson. The Raiders now lead 5-0 over the Rice Lake Warriors here. You get the impression the Raiders have at least a couple more goals in them here yet. Rice Lake trying to get the ball into the box, and they do. Left-footed shot there by number 14, Emma Nielsen, stopped by Chuckle. That was probably one of Chuckle's better stops there. There's a helicopter going over the field right now. They're probably taking shots of the game here to put on ESPN tonight. Rice Lake has the ball at midfield there. Hudson tries to intercept, and Kyla Shuey finally does. Good bit of footwork by Shuey to win that ball. She sends it out to Helene. A little bit of a mistouch by Helene there that starts the counterattack by Rice Lake. Helene does win that ball back. Good job. Gets it up to Jordan Heltebrand on the right, who gets it up to Sanaki. Sanaki with a lot of space chips that ball up to Woodley. Woodley's got an opportunity here. Woodley trying to get the ball in the right foot. Can't quite maintain possession of the ball there. And I think Woodley touched that ball out of bounds as she was running, and that's just being used by the Rice Lake Warrior defense. And instead of a corner for us like it would have been, Woodley gave them a goal kick. Rice Lake's going to take this goal kick now. Down 5-0 against the Hudson Raiders. Goal kick goes out to the left flank, and I believe they did not wait for substitutions properly, and they're going to retake the kick. On the retake, Rice Lake sends the ball up to the middle, body down by their midfielder there, but intercepted by Katie Woodley. Woodley not able to maintain the ball close in the attacking box area there, and lost the ball over to Rice Lake. Rice Lake sends the ball into Biltz, and out of bounds is going to be a Rice Lake throw-in on their left flank. That must have been a handball there by Biltz, and they called a free kick. Not much of a controlled attack from Rice Lake today. Very few shots on the game, and even fewer shots on goal. Sanaki gets the ball out to Biltz on the right flank there. Biltz tries to beat that last defender, cuts it back. Good back tap to herself again, still maintaining possession, doing a great job shielding the ball there. Crosses the ball in on the right side, but sends it harmlessly to the right side of the net there. Biltz should have probably been looking for support there back because she was well defended. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors yet again. You see Coach Knutson pulls the defenders for Hudson off of the first level of players there, meaning the other defenders, and puts them at the second level because that's where the ball drops every time, just like you see there. Biltz on the right side there, lifts the ball across the goal face. Lacasse is there. That's a goal by Biltz. She tried to lift the ball. I thought it was a cross there. That ball hit the inside of the far post and knocks it in for the goal. Biltz gets the 6th goal of the game and her 2nd goal of the day here, unassisted. Biltz took that ball down. I could have swore that was going to be a cross, but it was a beautiful ball. It hits the inside of the far post and caroms back into the backside of the net. So here we are, 6-0 tonight on an unassisted goal by Kennedy Biltz. And again, her 2nd goal of the game. That's not bad for a defender. Rice Lake takes the kickoff again, down 6-0. I'm not sure there's much hope for Rice Lake on a day like today. Raiders are just peppering them on their goal for shots, and Rice Lake can't get their foot skills developed enough to even mount an attack. So that's about what they've got to offer, is a long kick once in a while. And Karen Chuckle will come up and take that easy ball. She's going to tell her players to release and get downfield as she punts that ball.
I don't want to. I was just kidding.
Hilterbrand with the ball back to Sanaki in the middle. Sanaki can't quite maintain control there. Rice Lake sends it up to their forward. And Megan Manette deftly pulls that ball back. Brinkman loses that ball to the right forward for Rice Lake. Jess Iverson trying to win that ball, but the Rice Lake forward sends it back to the middle. Nobody there. Sarah Helene gets a touch. Gets the ball up to Sanaki, gets it under control. Sanaki with the left foot sends it up and out of bounds. Looks like it may have been deflected off a Rice Lake Warrior. No, it wasn't. Sanaki just sent that ball out. It looks like Rice Lake is going to get this throw. And they do. Swing and a miss there by Rice Lake. Hudson trying to gain possession. Sanaki gets the left foot, gets it to the middle there toward Kaler. Cecily Lindner plays the ball back to Hannah Aragoni. Plays it with her feet out to the right flank there. And Sanaki touches that ball out of bounds. That's going to be a Warrior throw-in. Izzy Lacoste back in for the Hudson Raiders. Does a nice pullback to get that ball upfield. She takes the ball down and see if she can beat that last defender. Ball just touched a little too strong. Goes out the touch line on the left side for the Raiders, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Warriors. Iverson with that trap tries to get it upfield, but the Rice Lake Warrior dispossessed her. They send the ball up, but as has happened a million times in this game alone, there's no one up on top for Rice Lake to receive it. Rice Lake just plays a classic style of an unskilled team that we call dump and run. So they just dump the ball up on the top as far as they can and run to get it. There's a little difference when Hudson and Memorial and the better teams in the league send a long ball. They actually have the forwards there that are going to take that ball on the fly. But dump and run is kind of a method that unskilled teams will use just for hoping that they can get somebody free up on the top. Here's Taylor Brinkman with the throw in for the Raiders. Throws it right to Rice Lake. They temporarily maintain possession here. They turn it over there to Jordan Helterbrand, who will probably send it to the right side to Helene. Not a real strong ball, but Helene does get the ball there, but loses it to Rice Lake. Megan Manette's in the middle there to gather it in for Hudson. Touches it to the side, but Rice Lake wins it back. Brinkman sends the ball to the middle. The passes by Hudson are losing a little bit of steam here, and quite frankly, a lazy pass, we're going to lose the ball 9 out of 10 times. So Hudson's got to do a little bit job of weighting their passes, meaning putting a heavier stroke on the ball there to get the ball to their own player quicker. Ball goes out to the right side there. Woodley has control of the ball, trying to beat the last defender. Woodley does still maintain possession of the ball, back taps it for herself. Still maintains possession there, shielding, doing a great job of shielding the defender, but we got to do a better job of looking for our players in support there. Ball goes up to the side to Kaler. Kaler heads it in. Lacoste gets a little bit of a foot on it. There's Drace, but Drace cut to the left side of the keeper. Coach Knudsen would much prefer her to cut in front of the keeper, and she may have had a goal there if she would have been a little aggressive and done that. Rice Lake has the ball. They try to get the ball forward, headed back by Helene on that right side. Megan Manette comes up, bodies the ball down, and then volleys it into the air across the half line. Rice Lake can't maintain possession. There's Manette again with the ball, and she sends a good angled ball up to the side to Jordan Helterbrand, who lifts the ball up on top. And you can see we do have an attacker there, and Katie Woodley. Sanaki trying to win that ball is up in the air fighting for him. Brinkman in the back for the Raiders sends a back pass to Karen Chuckle. Chuckle gets it, just harmlessly sends it out to that left side. Great job by Brinkman and Chuckle, who gets it up to Mackenzie Drace, number 8. Sophomore for the Raiders. She sends it up to Brooke Gottschalk. Gottschalk, the senior midfielder there, gets a through ball to Izzy Lacoste, who taps it over to Drace. Drace, number 8, gets it back to Gottschalk. Gottschalk with the ball, tries to cut it back. She back taps to Drace. Drace trying to get a hold of it. Goes off the Rice Lake Warrior defender. That's number 15, Becca Atherton, senior defender for Rice Lake. And there's Kate Sanaki, senior captain for the Hudson Raiders, ready to take yet another corner kick. Maggie Kaler comes short. Sanaki plays the ball to Kaler. Kaler back to Sanaki. Sanaki then lifts the second ball in. There's Lacoste, who back heel taps it. And the Rice Lake Warriors clear that ball out of the goal box. That was a good bit of defending by Rice Lake there. But good play by the Hudson Raiders. Kaler to Sanaki to Kaler, back to Sanaki, who lifts the second ball in. Gets a little better angle, too. So the ball's on the right side there. Woodley's out there right now. Ball's touched back. Helene on the defensive side there. Goes out to the right wing on the defender, marking their forward. And Helene does a good job stepping in at the right time. When the ball's a yard away, Helene steps in. Very well done. Woodley out to Gottschalk. Hudson mounting another attack. Ball crosses into the middle to Maggie Kaler. Izzy Lacoste on the left side there. Ball comes all the way through. What's Lacoste going to do? Handling the ball, a little overhandling, not looking for teammates there. She lost the ball. Ball goes back to Taylor Brinkman. Brinkman with the ball back to center. Or actually out to the right side now, back to center. There you see Monette in the middle. Playing a little deeper. A little bit of a mistouch by Monette there, uncharacteristic. Hudson defense always maintains great composure. They do an awesome job back there. There's Brinkman, cuts it over to Helene. Helene using right and left foot cuts to get away from the defenders there. That's where you see the difference in maturity of the foot skills of the players. Hudson can deftly make an evasive maneuver. There's Gottschalk, sends the ball to the middle there to Maggie Kaler. Kaler can't quite catch up to that ball. It's touched out by Rice Lake, goes out the end line. That's going to be a throw in for the Raiders. Substitutions coming onto the field here, so a little bit of a pause as Brinkman picks up the ball and holds it. You see him handing the pennies off there to the players. Looks like we've got Kennedy Biltz playing the left forward right now, and Maddie Haynes playing the right forward with Maggie Kaler in the middle. So Biltz, Kaler, and Haynes back up on top. A lot of years of experience with those three players there. Monette has the ball back to the center there, and she back taps it to herself. Sends the ball over to Brinkman on the left. Brinkman with a long touch, a little too long a touch there, gets knocked out by the Warriors. Hudson maintains possession here.
Jade Maletic and number 17, Addison Bowman. In for the Raiders, number 16, Maddie Haynes, and number 14, Kennedy Biltz.
Brinkman with the throw into Gottschalk. Gottschalk tries to send the ball to the back there and does get it over to Monette. Monette wheels it around, changes fields. Over to Helene on the right side. Helene with a little bit of a run there. Gets a good ball to Kaler. Kaler back to Sanaki, back to Kaler. And Kaler loses that ball to Rice Lake. Rice Lake trying to mount an attack there. A couple of passes connected in a row before Gottschalk steps in, wins the ball, cuts it around to go forward. Loses possession, bangs into Rice Lake, wins it back again. That's a good bit of work by Gottschalk there. Losing the ball, but working even harder to gain it back. Well done. Sanaki gets that ball over to the left side. Here's Biltz, and the ball goes harmlessly to Hannah Aragoni in the goal for the Warriors there, who will take the punt. You see Aragoni, like most teams, do not distribute nearly as well as Hudson does with Karen Chuckle in goal. They obviously don't coach their goalies to distribute to defenders. They punt all the time. Free kick taken by Rice Lake. Kennedy Drace trying to gain possession, can't quite get there, but Taylor Brinkman does. She sends it up to the side there to Kennedy Biltz. Biltz playing on the left side as a forward now. Tries to back tap to herself, gets her arms out there. The ball's touched out by Rice Lake. That's a little bit of a hooking job there by Biltz, but effective. Won the ball, and now they call it out on Biltz. I think that was a good call. She hooked the defender a little bit there. That should have been a call, and it was. So you can see her frustration. She's got to be careful not to get a yellow card there for a delay of game by throwing the ball up in the air and throwing her arms in the up in the air as well. Biltz in the middle there, tries to get it to the right side up to Haynes, can't quite get it there. Rice Lake intercepts and has the ball now. They're on the attack, but they can't maintain possession of the ball, and Haynes just easily takes that ball away and goes up the right side. Haynes with her speed tries to get that ball across and does. Ball goes a little bit to the right side of the goal there, sailed a little bit wild on her there, but that's a good effort by Maddie Haynes for the Hudson Raiders. Another goal kick coming here for the Rice Lake Warriors. There's a much longer ball sent up, headed. That ball was headed right into the face of Megan Manette there. She kind of popped back on that one, snapped her head back a little bit. Surprised her more than anything, I'm sure. But you get a ball to the nose, makes your eyes tear up and can be a little tough. Sarah Helene on the right side tries to get the ball up to the right side of Gottschalk. We can't maintain possession for Hudson. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be a Rice Lake Warrior throw-in. Rice Lake gets the ball to the center of the field to try to get the ball up to the forward there, and they do. It's number 17, Addison Bowman, the big, tall forward for the Rice Lake Warriors. Hudson maintains possession. Here comes Maddie Haynes on the right side, does a little pirouette spin move there, and now pulls the ball back there. Good control by Haynes. Haynes tries to get it to her teammate. Kaler gets a left foot chip. There's Biltz on the right side. Let's see what Biltz can do, and there's another goal by Kennedy Biltz. That's number 7. You can see Biltz is pretty excited there at the goal. That's her 3rd of the game, so Biltz has got a hat trick at the 87-55 mark. Hudson leads this game 7-0 now. That was another unassisted goal by Biltz there, and really well done. 7-0 already, folks. That might be the end of this game with only a minute and a half or 2 minutes to go. Mackenzie Drace, sophomore for the Raiders, sends the ball up to Biltz on the left side. She's not done. Maybe she wants her 4th goal of the game here. Biltz trying to maintain possession of the ball. Finally loses it. Gets tapped up by the Warriors there, who still maintain possession. Till Gottschalk wins it. Good job by Gottschalk again. Sends the ball up to Biltz. Here comes Biltz. She's out in front with open space to go. Biltz should have went straight for the goal. You don't think about passing when you got nothing but green space in front of you. Now there's Gottschalk, who sends a long ball into the top of the net there. Gottschalk hasn't scored on the year, but that was a pretty good opportunity there. Another goal kick by Rice Lake. Drace is there to compete for the ball, and I don't know if they called a foul on her or a handball, but Rice Lake's going to take the free kick here. Pretty weak free kick by the Warriors there. Ball goes out of bounds. Whose ball is this going to be? It's off of Hudson's, going to be Rice Lake's ball. Rice Lake takes the throw. That's number 2, Cheyenne Booth of the Rice Lake Warriors, who takes that throw. Drace trying to win the ball. You hear tap, tap. That's goes off from Hudson off the. Or that in that I thought it went off Rice Lake there. That's right. Give the ball back to Hudson. That's what I thought. You can see Rice Lake or Hudson kick the ball and hear the second tap, and that means
10,
it was a good use
9,
off the
8,
Warriors there.
7, 6.
Here's the countdown
5,
for the final 5 seconds
4,
of the game.
3, 2, 1, and that's the game. Final score: Raiders 7, Rice Lake 0.
As you heard, Rice Lake is defeated by the Hudson Raiders by a score of 7-0 here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Knute Johnson signing off for the Hudson Raiders.